You're loose. You're wiggle. Here you go.
Come on. Boil. I heard if you watch a pot boil, it actually boils faster. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's the opposite of what they always say.
Yeah, I always heard, you know, a watch pot always boils.
Always boils immediately.
Quickly. I just want to shake it really good to
Exercise your arms.
to get an arm workout, practice my bartending skills.
Hi everyone, Naomi and I are back in our kitchen today, and today we are cooking you spicy peanut noodles.
These are good hot or cold, and they're extremely easy. Just making a dressing and chopping up all your ingredients.
And so delicious.
It is so good. So I'm excited to show you how I do it.
Naomi has already assembled her mise en place, and let's show you what ingredients you will need to cook this dish with us.
We will be using a bunch of different vegetables. I have 1 English cucumber, cilantro and green onion, 6 shredded carrots, 2 thinly sliced red bell pepper, and some finely shredded cabbage and arugula. And then for the dressing, I have 1/4 cup rice vinegar, 1/2 cup soy sauce, 1 heaping 1/4 cup of smooth peanut butter, brown sugar, and a clove of garlic. I have ginger here. This is fresh and sushi ginger with some juice from the Sushi Ginger, but that's optional. Sambal Olek, the best. Pure sesame oil. And I have a few garnishes, green onion tops, extra toasty peanuts, and some pickled Fresno chili peppers. The pasta that we are using for this dish is Jovial brown rice, gluten-free organic spaghetti. I have a big pot of water boiling on the stove for our pasta. I am doing 2 boxes of Jovial, which is 24 ounces of pasta for this. While I wait for the pasta water to boil, I am gonna put together the dressing. So I'm using a little blender attachment so that everything can get really nice and emulsified and come together as one big dressing instead of separate ingredients. I have my brown sugar and garlic here. Just throwing all the dressing ingredients in this container, and we're just gonna whiz it up, which is super easy. I use both fresh ginger and sushi ginger because sushi ginger has kind of a vinegary sweetness to it also, and I just wanted both flavors in there. Thought it would be fun. I'm using gluten-free tamari, rice vinegar. I have a heaping 1/4 cup. I wanted more than a 1/4 cup, but I didn't want a 1/2 cup, so this is what you get from me. I think I'll do it here. I'll do 1/2 tablespoon of sesame oil. This is also a really strong flavor.
Delicious.
I love the flavor of sesame oil. If this wasn't a peanut dressing, I'd probably put more, but I want it to taste like peanut and not overpowering sesame. Sambal Olek is Camille and I's favorite chili paste. We use it as hot sauce, but we also add it to stir fries, dressings, sauces. It adds a really great level of heat and has a little bit of tanginess to it, which I like a lot. Don't add it if you don't want this to be spicy. That's totally fine. It's gonna taste great. I have been pickling these Fresno chili peppers that I'm gonna use as a topping, but I think I wanna throw a little bit of the rice vinegar that's in there in my dressing just because I can. Okay, I think I'm going to add a little bit of water, probably like a 1/4 cup. I might even add some pasta cooking water later, but that will have nice starches in it and be for a completely different purpose. I'm salivating thinking about this dinner.
And also on all the peanuts you're eating.
I have eaten a lot of my peanuts. Let's do it. I forgot last time I also put some lime in it. So I'm gonna go search in my fridge and see if I have a little bit of lime.
I think
We already have rice vinegar in this, but lime is such a different bright flavor. I really like it with peanut. Success. I found a couple little bit old limes, but they're gonna do just fine. So good. You wanna try it, Camille?
yeah.
Spicy. I'm gonna get all this out of the way. Once my pasta water boils, I can do the pasta and then we'll move on to the next steps. All right, finally, it's boiling.
Woo!
I salted the water. Always salt the water. All right. This is a rice noodle, technically, but not in the same way that Asian rice noodles are rice noodles. These are not sticky or like that chewy rice noodle texture. I don't know how they do it at Jovial, but they just make the best textured pasta. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. These chilies are really spicy. They're Fresno chili peppers. I bought them because I know they're good and spicy, but also because they're red and I thought it would look pretty on the salad. But man, this batch is really spicy, so
Okay,
I pickled some
Don't dare me.
in just rice vinegar, little salt and sugar, and microwaved it for like 45 seconds to speed up the pickling.
Woo!
Pretty good, huh?
That is spicy, but awesome.
Spicy but tasty, huh?
I love Naomi's like fast pickle technique with the rice vinegar. She does it on a couple of other things that hopefully we will show you in the future, but it just has this, it's so good.
I think we did pickled red onions.
Yeah, but they haven't seen my favorite.
Your favorite? What? Oh,
Shh.
okay. It's a secret.
So
We'll
good.
do it one day. It's a secret though. The pasta water is already really nice and starchy. I'm gonna let the noodles cook a little longer and then I'll harvest some of the pasta water to add to our dressing to help thicken everything up and combine really well. So I bought roasted salted peanuts at the store and I've done this a few times. I don't remember where I saw it or when I came up with it, but I started I started frying toasted peanuts in a pan with a little bit of olive oil to make them even more toasty. And then when they darken in color, I'll take them out of the pan and add more kosher salt to them. So they're like, have more coarse salt on them instead of the kind of powdery salt that comes on already salted peanuts. It is so good. Like, I just have been snacking on them this whole time, but the depth of toastiness that you get heating them a little bit longer, it's just, they're incredible. I love them. I love them. So I'm planning on putting them on top of our lunch today, but I'm just giving them a really rough little chop. Some of them won't even get cut up at all, just to make it a little bit easier to eat. So the pasta is doing really great. It still has a few more minutes of cooking time. I'm going to add some of the starchy water to our dressing. This is probably about a 1/3 cup. If you could see the color of it going in, you can tell how much starch is in there, which is really going to help thicken our dressing up. It will also thicken by the starches being released from the noodles as we stir it. So it's okay that it's a really liquidy kind of dressing more than it is what you'd think of as pasta sauce. I think it's done.
Perfect.
Yeah, tastes good. I'm gonna drain it. Just gonna reserve a little more pasta water just in case. It's always better to have it and not use it. Liquid gold. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of our dressing right away. Just a little, not the whole thing. So that we can toss the noodles in it and make sure that they don't stick. Then I'm gonna add all of my ingredients. All my cucumbers, green onion and cilantro, this carrot, peppers, sticky, add the dressing. I'm going to use a spoon, but I'm also going to add some of this cabbage and arugula. Add the rest of the dressing. Just put a little of the pasta water in the dressing container, and I'm just gonna get like all the scraps. Smells so good. Looks really bright and healthy. Now I want to taste it.
Good. Candidly, I think it needs more peanut butter.
Really? More peanut butter, Camille says.
I feel like it's like just a little, it has a really amazing flavor, but I kind of like when these noodles are a little bit stickier and also like a little fattier. Like it kind of feels like all of the flavors are together, but like it's like a dressing versus like a sauce.
I see what you mean. I think what I want to do is try to last minute just zhuzh it up a little bit with a little more peanut butter and maybe a couple other ingredients. Let me think about it. I think I'll do a little olive oil. Probably like an 1/8 cup of olive oil.
To Naomi's credit, she was kind of planning on doing one box and I threw the second box in at her at the last minute, so she kind of tried to guesstimate and went.
Honestly, anytime I make something like this, I am kind of guesstimating my measurements. I'm making this all up, not off of a recipe that I've seen or whatever. So,
and sometimes though, when you do have a lot of one thing, like doubling noodles, it is kind of even more difficult to guesstimate because you're making a larger portion.
Yeah, and I've made this before also, so I was going off of that, but you know, whatever. We can always save something in the end. It's really not a big deal. That's why I like cooking so much. I ended up using about a cup more of the pasta water in total from what I threw in here and then what I put in here.
So 2 cups?
No,
Oh,
just a full cup. So we'll say a full cup of pasta cooking water, another 1/4 cup of peanut butter, and 2 tablespoons of tamari. Extra. This is all extra. Yeah, I did squeeze a little lime in there, but you know, I'm getting picky. This is just what I do. Okay, I think this will definitely bring the fattiness Camille's looking for. And I was thinking that they were a little lightly dressed, so this will be good, especially for our leftovers. We can add all this in now too. Butter.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you said something. I definitely, you know, I always am learning too, and I didn't want to overpower everyone with the peanut butterness, but I think I just went a little shy, and the olive oil helped a lot too. Perfect, let's clear this.
And let's serve up. As always, our roommates are starving and waiting for us to finish, so.
Patiently waiting.
Impatiently waiting.
Impatiently waiting, realistically. Have a little extra arugula. There's a lot of veggies in here, but there's also a lot of noodles, so depending on how you like it, if you want it more salady, you could put more greens. I'm gonna put some extra arugula on it, 2 little wedges of lime. I have some green onion tops and some cilantro too. And then the peanuts, of course. And some of the chilies. So good. These chilies look so pretty on here.
All right, we're gonna give it a try.
I'm so excited. I've already been eating it, but it's really good.
I'm gonna give it a try.
The extra lime is really good on it.
It's awesome.
These little pickly peppers are a nice tangy bite to it.
This would be an awesome dish to add a protein to.
Oh, yeah.
Tofu, chicken, shrimp, whatever
Totally.
you want, but it's for lunch and we're kind of thinking of it more as a salad, and I think it's great on its own as well.
Camille and I always don't need a protein on our dish. We are happy with stuff like this, plus you have protein from the peanut butter, the peanuts, lots of veggies, so it's perfectly good for us.
But if you were thinking higher protein, or sometimes us too, like adding tofu to this would be so good.
Definitely. Tempeh would be really good too.
Obviously
So-
chicken, so.
Like we were saying, you know, if you stick this in the refrigerator and then if you stick this in the refrigerator and bring it to like a potluck or a barbecue, your friends will absolutely love you. I would probably suggest adding the cabbage and arugula after it's cooled down if you are gonna bring it as a salad, and then it'll have more like raw salady bites to it.
Oh, that'd be really good.
So we're gonna go ahead and serve up our roommates, get them fed for lunch.
Thank you for joining us. Thanks for hanging out and watching us cook delicious spicy peanut noodles.
I hope you make them.
If you do, let us know on Instagram. It's Naomi and Camille. And we will see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.